Okay, before we get started today, I wanted to say a couple of things. First off, this isn't scripted like my videos usually are. I'm just kind of speaking off the cuff, off the top of my head. And second, let me just get this out of the way. If you were not interested in checking out Black Ops 7 or you didn't enjoy what you played when you tried it, that is okay. I don't know if you need to hear it from somebody, but if you didn't like it, that is okay. That is fine. I'm not making this video to say that you were wrong for your take. You do you. The great thing about this hobby that we all enjoy is that different people can enjoy different things. And I happen to think that recently some super solid other games have come out. So if you don't enjoy Call of Duty, I hope you find something you do enjoy. That all said, in my personal experience, after spending a week with this game, the newest entry in the Call of Duty series is showing signs that it might be the kind of return to form I was hoping for. If, and that's a big if, it can survive. Now, to be clear, this is just my initial impressions after playing exclusively multiplayer so far. I haven't checked out zombies, I didn't check out the story campaign, especially since I heard it was dog water. So this is entirely based off my experience playing multiplayer. As always, please make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments below to start a discussion with everyone else. And make sure to subscribe so you can find your way back to the channel. Without further ado, let's dive in. I have to say, for as many amazing games as there are out there is nothing that scratches the same game feel itch for me that Call of Duty does. There's something about that snappy, arcadey gameplay that always brings me back. And even though I'm having fun exploring other games like Fortnite and Battlefield 6, there's just something about COD. Even with the movement slightly nerfed in Black Ops 7 compared to what we had in BO6, the game is still a joy to play. I even really like the addition of the wall kick, something that I thought would drive me crazy before the game came out, because it feels like a nice, natural progression of what they started with Omni movement. I was really worried when they first announced it that the game would be a movement shooter nightmare where I would be constantly getting clapped by these kids snorting G Fuel and Adderall off their mom's coffee table. And sure, that does happen on occasion, but by far it is the exception and not the norm for most of my matches I have played. Again, just to bring Battlefield 6 back up, I really enjoy that game. I played a lot of Battlefield back in the day too, and I'll probably keep playing BF6 as I continue to try and get better at RedSec. But something about Call of Duty just hits me in the right way. The movement makes sense to me. The gunplay tickles my brain in a way that I haven't really experienced with any other game. It's just a smooth experience. And if you can make the act of playing your game a joy, that is the hallmark of a great game, in my opinion. Or in this case, a great series. I'm still learning the new maps in BO7, but so far I have enjoyed everything I have played. Sure, the returning maps from other Black Ops games will always be the star of the show for a longtime fan like me, but the new maps hold their own in my opinion. With the launch of Black Ops 6, I distinctly remember there being some maps I would avoid like the plague, and that is not the case here this year. I think that the size overall is much better this time around. The flow of each of the maps makes more sense to me, even though I am still learning them. And in general, each of them has their own distinct feel that makes them stand out. One thing I will note, when the game came out, I was getting dog walked. I took a big old break from all things Call of Duty for a while, but I did spend a little bit of time in Black Ops 6 leading up to the new game's launch. And what I didn't account for was the changes to skill-based matchmaking and aim assist. Now, don't get it twisted, I'm actually happy with both of these changes. But without SBMM protecting me when I was performing poorly, and not being able to crutch on rotational aim assist like I had in the past, I was playing like absolute crap. I went from having games with a 2.0 or a 3.0 kill death average or higher in the last few weeks of BO6 to a less than 1 KD for the first day on BO7. So it was rough for your boy. Since then, though, I have put more time in, actually practiced up, and although I have a long way to go still, I'm back up above an average of 1.0 and have plenty of games where I've had a 2.0 or a 3.0 or higher. I really think that forcing players to aim a bit more is better for everyone in the game in the long run, and it gives you more of an area to express your individual skill in the game as a player. The SBMM or EOMM changes have already been championed by every content creator, but I have to echo that again, that it feels so good to have different skill levels in our lobbies again. Sometimes I do well and lead my team. Other times I get completely shut down. I love either opportunity because it helps me feel how much I'm actually improving without an algorithm babying me. And with the changes to persistent lobbies, I can stay with people who were chill or people who pushed me to play better. It's really starting to feel like the old days of Call of Duty again, or at least how I remember those days feeling. And I'm really glad that I got the chance to be able to experience this again. Now, it isn't all roses and rainbows over here. I know I'm heaping out a lot of praise on the game, and especially after my previous BO7 video before launch, I don't want to just come off as another Call of Duty glazer, okay? While there are a lot of things that I think need to be shouted out and celebrated with this game, more than I personally think that a lot of people are giving the game credit for, there are still some definite things that I feel need to be called out or criticized as well. One big thing that I noticed is that matchmaking still feels off to me. I know I'm not the first person to cover this, but matchmaking does not feel as open as we were led to believe it would be, especially compared to the games I played during the Black Ops 7 beta. Now I know it is not no skill-based matchmaking, it is minimal skill-based matchmaking. But even with that, there's a difference with my games now compared to what we had in the beta. It is different. Something has changed. They claim that everything is working as intended, but Activision at the same time has burned their reputation at this point, so I don't really think anyone actually believes them when they say that. Whether it's not working correctly, or it is actually working as intended and they are just being nefarious with their intentions. Something is not sitting well with me, and I definitely want to keep a close eye on this and speak more about it in the future. I will also probably do another video here soon talking about what I would change to kind of right this ship of Call of Duty at this point, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss that. All of that said, I am having a great time with the game so far, and I definitely plan to continue covering Black Ops 7 here on this channel. My current plan is to document my road to Prestige Master and cover any other major updates that come along the way, as well as sprinkling in some cut commentaries here and there where I can. But mostly, I just want to be able to build a community of like-minded people who can discuss this game and share our viewpoints, who don't just blindly follow the rage baiting or the negative opinions, and also don't just ignore all the things wrong with the game. I want to have a community that does enjoy the game but looks at it realistically. So yeah, hopefully we can build that. But that's all for me today. I'm Haunted House, and thanks for watching.